We are live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in a trap. I found a little bit of off time, so I figured we come here and ask some questions. I know y'all ain't used to me being on this early, but we here. Talk to me. Yeah, I mean, my first question is the heavyweight division going down the drain? I'm asking that because it looks to be that Tyson Fury won't be over here in America to fight anytime soon. They said we may get uh, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder in December, but it's not in stone. And then Usyk is holding it down right now, but with that last decision we just seen against Dubois, it don't look like he'll be holding on to them belts too much longer if he's put in there with top opposition. Tank versus Haney need to happen. I mean, that'd be a great fight. I would love to watch that fight for sure. But it's like, what's going on? What's the holdup? What's happening? Appreciate everybody that's tapping into, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I know it's a little early. Some of y'all may be at work. Some of y'all may be at grandmother's. Some of y'all may be in school. Some of y'all may be asleep. But guess what? For those who are here right now, I appreciate you. What's popping? What's going on? I know this was unexpected, but heavyweight division looks a little iffy right now. And of course, there's a bunch of up and coming fighters, but it's like, what's going on? Me, honestly, I would like to see Frank Sanchez and Usyk next. I think Frank Sanchez and Usyk is a worthy fight. Or shit, maybe even Tyson Fury or Usyk, but Tyson Fury, I believe, is tied up with an MMA fighter right now. What's poppin'? Dion, what's good? I appreciate you, bro. Q Washington, what's up? I mean, we just trying to figure out what's going on. What's everybody's opinions on these situations with the heavyweights? It looks like it's at a standstill right now. It's a lot going on without a lot going on. You hear me? Gee, I want to see Frank versus Cole or Keyshawn. That'd be a great joint too. Either of those fights. And I know that Shakur and Keyshawn Davis are friends, but shit, I would like to see them fight too. You know what I mean? But who knows? But I mean, what's going on with the heavyweights? At the same time, what's next for Tank Davis? You know what I mean? What else is there for Tank Davis? Who do we want to see Tank Davis in there with? You know what I mean, will we get Tank and Frank Martin? Is that what they trying to cook up? Cause I don't think a lot of people are interested in seeing him fight Isaac Cruz. Even though I understand why they entertaining the thought of it, but I don't think a lot of people is interested in that fight. The heavyweight division is dying out. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm trying to figure out what's the problem. Like, what's up? What are we doing? And like I said, with Usyk last showing, I mean, he looked good skill-wise, but with that move he pulled, I don't know. I don't know if he could handle being in there with a Wilder or being in there with a Fury or Frank Sanchez, guys like that. I think Frank Sanchez definitely deserves a shot though, for sure. You know what I mean? But that might be too much. The world may not be ready for that right now. I mean, they did a great job picking Daniel Dubois for him to fight, but it's like, come on, y'all, what's going on? What are we doing here? North Carolina in the fucking house, what's up? Free Soul was popping. I mean, talk to me though. What's on y'all minds? What are we doing? Benavidez and Andrade, I like that fight. I mean, in order for Benavidez to win that fight, he got to be smart. He got to be patient. I think if he take his time, you know what I mean, and don't press so much for a knockout, but box him a little bit, then press him after the rounds go by, I think he'll do a great job. But if Andrade come in there with some good movement, good head movement, good timing, some beautiful counter shots, Andrade might be upsetting the big kid. I don't think it would be honestly. I don't think it would be too much of an upset because Andre is a great fighter. At the end of the day, he is a great fighter. But we just we just ain't seen him too active over the few years. It's good, G. Went Noble. Burrow fighting October 21st. We got the tickets in yesterday. October 21st, Burrow is back in action for sure. Definitely back in action. But Andre and Benavidez to me is a 50-50 fight. I like that fight a lot. I'm actually glad they making that fight. That's a great fight. Definitely a great fight. What y'all got going on though? What's up? Talk to me. I know, like I said, I know y'all weren't expecting me this early. I ain't giving no type of notice. I just jumped on. I had me some free time in the lab, so I'm like, let me go ahead, jump on here real quick. Boots and Gary Russell fight. Yo, listen. Honestly, I think Gary Antoine Russell right now is a little too small for Boots. A little. I'm not gonna say he's too small. He can't be in there. The thing is, Boots is a 47, looking like a 54 pounder. Gary Antoine could definitely make 135. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't want to see that fight just yet because I wouldn't want people to be like, oh, he was too small for him. Even though he beat him in the amateurs, that was the amateurs. It's a totally different game in the pros. And you can be in there a lot longer. So, you know what I mean? I think if they fought right now, Boots would definitely get him for sure. You know what I mean? It's just a different level when we talking about skills. But I like that Antoine Russell can punch. You know what I mean? He's very aggressive, very persistent. You know what I mean? Very determined. You know what I mean? It'll be a great fight. I think it would definitely be a great fight, and it definitely would be a score to settle. You know what I mean? Because they got some past shit to go over. The next person for Tank is anyone who doesn't stand a chance at winning. Yes, sir. He got six. He got 6 or 8 rounds. He got 6 rounds in Hitchens this weekend on the zone card. How you see him performing? Hey, listen, I think that's gonna be a good fight because he in there with a crafty veteran, a guy who's seen it all. I think Hitchens is gonna go in there to look to make it basic, but at the same time get the job done. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll go in there, work behind his jab, pick his spots, and then the times he see where he can press or put some pressure on him and possibly get a knockout. I think he will, but I think he looking to get a clean win. But I got the feeling he want to get a stoppage too. But he gonna have to work to get it for sure. Sean Porter of 140. Yeah, you can say that about Antoine Russell. Did you already talk about Hitchens versus? Nah, I was just talking about it. What's poppin'? Yeah, but Hitchens versus Zepeda, that'd be a great joint though. It's gonna be a great joint this weekend on the zone. I'm looking forward to that fight for sure. I might call it live. I might just do that, call a fight live. I'm so happy you came on early, fam. I don't want to sidebar, but I was interested in your position on the attention Bud is getting for working with Victor Conte and his potential PD use. I think, honestly, like we was talking about on YSM with Mill, right? People get it confused when guys are endorsed by certain people and they think that they really like have a relationship. I think Victor Conte just paid him to wear his shit, take pictures with him, shit like that. Myself, honestly, I don't think Bud was taking any type of supplements or crazy shit. And at the same time, he did do the testing. You know what I mean? He didn't pop hot, so I can't really put that on his name. But myself, I don't like Victor Conte. I think he's a nasty individual. I think he's a crafty individual, you know what I mean? And if I was Bud, I really would just stay away from him. Wilder was the action when Fury and Usyk took the belts. America fell off. Yeah, we got some young talent bringing it back. Yeah, we definitely got some young heavyweights. That's what I was saying. We got some young heavyweights that could definitely do some things, but it's like they holding on to the belts and shit where they just trying to make fights where they know who gonna win and shit. I don't like that. Like, get some good matchups out here. Teofimo versus Ryan at 140 will be very exciting, especially because we get to see what Ryan look like under the tutelage of Derrick James. That'll be a great situation. I hope a fight like that happens. Um, a lot of boxers on PDs, it just comes down to who gets caught. I believe that too. Birds flock together. Do you think it's fair to question Bud at this point? Only reason I'm saying this, I'm saying it's not fair, is because nobody was saying this when he was knocking out all them other dudes. And now that he beat Spence, and then the fashion that he beat Spence, because a lot of people bet on Spence, a lot of people mad, and I think that's corny. I really do. I'm trying to see Brandon Lee versus Ryan Garcia at 140. Styles make fights. That'd be a great fight too. Brandon Lee need a name. I'm keeping it real. Brandon Lee definitely need a name. Question Bud's integrity at this point. I mean, if that's how you feel, I ain't mad at you. Question Bud's skill or character. Never seen Bud skull get crushed. Bud needs to stand on his words. Spence bend over backwards to make that fight happen. Give him the fight at 154. I think the Earl sexual or reaching. Yeah, I think they should fight at 54. I would like to see that. I would like to see the fight definitely at 54. What's up, G? A daytime show. You cutting up? Yeah, I'm definitely cutting up right now. I'm getting a little break, so I mean, I'm seeing what's popping. We got 47 people in here, man. They say hit the like button. 14 likes. I appreciate all the love, though. I believe Bud can beat Canelo. How do you see that fight? How do you see that fight going if it happened? Hey, listen, I think that'd be a tremendous fight, because what we forget about Canelo Alvarez, because he's been fighting at middleweight on up for a long time now, we forget that he's not naturally a super middleweight. You know what I mean? So I think that'd be a great fight. It'd be two guys that came up in weight. I mean, to me, that's how I see it. Skills on both sides, experience on both sides. I mean, of course, Canelo been in there with a lot better. I mean, not a lot better, but a lot more names. But this definitely will be a great fight. How you make a decision on which way you leaning on Charlo and Canelo yet? It's tough for me. I ain't gonna lie, but I just want to see the fight. What's next for Boots, my ninja? I think Boots is gonna be rumbling in November or December, but I don't know who. I wish I knew. You just want to see Spence get whooped again. You know nothing is going to change at 54. I think it's just a better fight. I'm not saying I think he's gonna win at 54, but I think it's just a better fight at 54. I think Spence will be a bit more healthy, so I think that sets up for a better fight. But who knows what's next for Cool Boy? Cool Boy, I think should get Mark Magsayo. I think that'd be a good fight for him. I see a lot of dudes not giving Bud a fight, even Canelo, Karma. I mean, Canelo don't have to fight him, you know what I mean? But at the same time, they was entertaining Spence and Canelo before Canelo and Bud fought. I mean, before Spence and Bud fought, so, you know what I mean? Why not? Bro, I thought about it. Win, lose, or draw, we got to root for Charlo. Yeah, I think, hey, listen, man, I ain't gonna lie. I would like to see him win, but, I mean, calling the sport like I'm supposed to, it's a close one. It's a good one. It's an entertaining fight. I just can't wait to watch it, to be honest. I just can't wait to watch it. It's definitely going to be a great fight. I just wish Shakur and Devin would just rumble already. Yeah, that would be a good one. I can't wait till they fight, but I think they're going to fight at 140. I think they're going to force Shakur Hand to come up to 40 probably in the next 2 years. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't think they're going to fight to 2026 or some shit. Canelo knew Spence was an easy win. Interesting. I think Canelo felt like if he fought Spence, I think Canelo felt like if he fought Spence, Spence would give him enough that he could hurt him. I mean, he knows Spence is a tough guy. He knew he would have stood in there with him. 8 belts, that's like voting for Obama. We gotta root for Charlo for sure. Love the lives. Appreciate that, Slum. How y'all feeling today, though? What's going on, man? I see them likes is going up just a bit. I appreciate the love. I really do. You know what I mean? I figure I jump on here, talk a little boxing. You know what I mean? Before I get back to work. We in a trap. We in the trap getting back. You hear me? I think Plant wins a rematch with Canelo. That'd be interesting. But it's like getting stock buying and put a little damage on that fight. You know what I mean? What's going on? What's popping? Appreciate the love. I really do. Talk to me. What's the odds for Shakur to get clipped by Santos? I got Shakur 12-0 in that fight. I mean, Santos can punch, but we seen him punch on lesser opponents. We got to be honest. But anybody could be knocked out. Anybody could be hurt. So you can't count him out, but I think it's like 75-1. 75-1 chance. Plus Crawford Charlo, way better and marketable fight. It is. Ain't this such a great, entertaining year of boxing? This is a great year of boxing. What do you think about Barroso and O'Hare Davis fighting for the vacant WBA title? O'Hare? Who the fuck is O'Hare? I never heard of him, O'Hare. I ain't gonna lie. I heard of Barroso, but I ain't never heard of O'Hare Davis. Plus Crawford Charlo. Yeah, I read that one. Damn, I was watching your video from yesterday when I noticed that you was live. What up, Jay? What's poppin', Cookie? I think Plant wins if no headbutt versus David. What, Benavidez? In that fight? Talk to me. I gotta look him up though. Harry Davis. I never heard of him. That was a nasty hit, but what's next with David Morrell? I ain't heard nothing from him yet. I think they got to get him moving right along. Davis from the UK. He was Rolly's mandatory. I got to watch him. I don't know who he is. I ain't going to lie. I got to check him out. Can we get your perspective on the comparison of the Shaker and Devin negotiations? Oh, Shakur negotiations versus Shakur and Frank Martin negotiations. Do you think Shakur is right for holding Frank to task it, or is it wrong? I can't really say who was wrong. It's O'Hare Davis. Oh, all right. I can't really say who was wrong in that situation with Shakur and Devin, and then in Frank Martin, with Frank Martin and Shakur, because I really don't know the ins and outs. But I thought it was a little funny that he said he wouldn't take the 25% from Dev because it wasn't more money than he made in his last 3 fights. But then kind of called Frank a duck for pulling out. It sounds like to me, Shakur versus Dev thought he should make more money, and it sounds like Frank Martin versus Shakur. Frank Martin felt like he should get more money. The thing is, we don't know exactly how much it was. So I thought it was a little unfair Shakur said that, but at the same time, one point that Shakur did make, he was like, I bring a lot to the table being a champion at 26 and 30. He don't have accolades like that. So versus Devin, my bad. Versus Devin, I think Shakur had a point, but he also had a point when it came to Frank Martin and saying what he said about Frank Martin. Devin offering 25% is a duck. I mean, how is it how is it a duck? Can you hear me? How is it a duck when how was it a duck when he took 25% to fight Cambosis? You know what I mean? I can't really say that. Plus, we all know nobody is paying $32 million for that fight right now. Real shit. Was Frank wrong for speaking on Shakur's money when he turned down Devin? We need a lot more heavyweight fights in boxing for sure. Boots crossing the pond and beating up on Ben would be fire. What you think, Jay? Yeah, I think Conor Ben and Boots would be a great fight. I think Boots definitely would beat his ass, but you know what I mean? I think that would say a lot about Boots, to be honest. I would love to see that. I would love to see that fight because Devin budget ain't big enough. Yeah, maybe not. Devin not a big puncher. If Devin was a big puncher, I think it'd be a lot more money involved there. But because he's not a big puncher, Shakur not a big puncher. You know, I think they weren't interested. Campbell's 25% offer was actually Devin's biggest payout. I mean, he still took it. Did he have to take it? Hey, bro, do you think Bud choose 147 rematch way stall out EJ due to a Bo-Mac situation? I mean, it could be, possibly. Who wins? Zile Zhang versus Andy Ruiz. That's a great fight. Zhang let his hands go, and so do Andy Ruiz. But I ain't gonna lie, I think Zhang too big for Andy Ruiz. I think Zhang will win that fight. Ben won't fight any top fighter there till they retire. Real shit. What's up? Do you think Hitchens can stop Zepeda, or does it go the distance? If I ain't gonna lie, if he stops Zepeda, it's gonna be between 10 and 12. It's gonna be the last 3 rounds. I don't see him stopping him early. I could be wrong, but I don't see him stopping him early. I think he had to whoop on him. Oh hell yeah, Conor Ben versus Boots. That's a fight. Real shit. Real good fight. Since they ain't fighting Joyce on the weekend. Or did it happen already? I think they got a rematch locked in. So yeah, I definitely think they about to run it back. Zhang and Joyce. The first one was a real good fight. But Joyce got to move his fucking head or take steps back or something. Can't be standing there. Zhang versus Frank Sanchez. Who you got? That's also a great matchup. Frank Sanchez is crafty, fast, good punch on him. You know what I mean? Real elusive. I think that'd be a real good match. But Zhang can box. I ain't gonna lie. He can box and he a big guy. And I think the more he learn how to use his size, I think the more trouble he gonna be for a lot of guys. Him and Frank Sanchez would be a great fight. Is it Ben a cheater or is that the other dude? No, Conor Ben definitely was getting high. Zhang and Joyce is this weekend. Oh yeah, so they ran it right back. That's gonna be a great joint for me. It's over with. Heavyweight division. Salute, Coach Hack in the chat. I appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the likes. I mean, like I said, I know y'all wasn't looking forward to me coming in here, but we here. It's Tyson Fury, all-time great. I feel like those wins over Wilder was an oddly forming moment. What do you think? Listen, Tyson Fury, a lot of people don't like him, but guess what? That motherfucker can fight. Big guy. He know the sport. You know what I mean? And you got to give credit where it's due. He a great fighter. He a hell of a fighter. And when he beat, and to be honest, when he beat Wilder, a lot of people ain't see that coming. Big Bang gets the stoppage again. Yeah, he might. The way it looked the first time, yeah, he might. Hey, listen, y'all, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Greg Hackett 86 on Instagram, Greg Hackett 215 on X, aka Twitter, Greg Hackett on Facebook. I appreciate the love. You know what I mean? I appreciate the subscriptions, appreciate the likes. I know y'all wasn't prepared for me to get in here this early, but you know what I mean? I had to tap in a little bit. I had a little bit of free time, but I got to get back to work. We definitely going to be on tonight again. I'm going to see y'all later on. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.